just a shadow, walking around in a daze. If the sun will rise tomorrow, I could make it through today.
Everybody, and welcome back to the Three Stitches podcast. Very unorganized today, which I'll get to in a second. But this is episode number 43. I am your host for whenever you're watching this. My name is Lindy. Lindsay on, well, I should probably put that the other way around. My given name is Lindsay. I am Knitting Doink on Ravelry and Lindy on Plurk. So I keep my lead at double life. Let's see here. Today has been a very rough week. It's felt like a week in just one day. It's been a very tough week. That my knitting stabbing me. Should probably get that one done too, because I'm in the middle of cabling right now, which I'll get to this in just a second. But as I was saying, it's been a very, very rough week. Over the weekend kicked off my finals studying. I had yesterday, right now it's Thursday evening for me. I usually always record on a Thursday and then post on a Friday, so that weird things like what's been happening to Catherine recently with Blip and stuff and uploading it doesn't happen to me. So I don't have to worry about recording it and saving it and editing it and uploading it all in one big shebang. But sorry, totally off on a tangent there. But this weekend kicked off studying for finals. Yesterday, Wednesday, I had an oral exam, which totally stressing over. And some of it kind of was my own fault, but in a roundabout way. Me and my partner we had 6 prompts that we had to prepare a 3-minute dialogue for with a partner. Which, I mean, it isn't that bad, granted, but it's 6 prompts, and it's all in French. And the problem is, like, I'm writing it, but I also have to take into account my partner, which means stuff that, like, either I can remember or that I can say and that I understand is different from what, she can say, what she can understand, and what she knows and she memorized. So that was difficult. And just, finding 3 minutes and talking about going to a travel agency, or 3 minutes when, we're 2 strangers at a fundraiser for the French Alliance, talking about French culture and all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, it was hard writing the dialogues. But I got them all done on Friday. I mean, it was like pulling teeth, but I got them done. Emailed them to my partner, and we had planned to meet up on Saturday. And, no fault of hers, her aunt had died. So, she had to go to the funeral, and that took up most of Saturday. So we met late Saturday. Well, late for me. It was like 6, 7 o'clock. And, she didn't get any of her dialogue done. She had an idea, and she had a little bit done on one of them, but nothing too major, which, I mean, I really, didn't blame her for it. No big deal. But, so we were behind. I was planning on Sunday, starting to look at the dialogue, starting to get memorized and get comfortable with them, as well as working on all the other homework. But that obviously didn't happen. So Monday comes around, and we get into class, and my partner still hadn't emailed me the dialogue. And so, I was really starting to stress because, 2 days later it was the oral exam, and usually I am not a proponent for pandering to the teacher to reduce workload, but we had only had these prompts for less than a week. I mean, we had like a week to prepare for this thing, which last semester we had less prompts and easier prompts, and we had like 2.5 to 3 weeks. I mean, we had Thanksgiving break to work on it. So we were all stressed. I mean, we were stressed to the max. And so one girl, had said, Professor, it's your choice at this point. Either you can have 6 okay dialogues, or you could have a few really good ones. I know we're going to pick 2 out of a hat on the day of the exam, but it's just a lot to do. And she's like, oh, well, would you like me to reduce it for you? And we're like, yeah. So she cut it in half, which was really, really cool. And then she let us pick the 3 prompts that we got, and then on the day of the exam we would have to pick 2. And so it was so poetic. I really didn't have an opinion because I didn't like all 6 of them. There wasn't anyone that was like, yes, I like that one, I can do that one, I feel really good about that one, let's do that one, So, people were deciding, and when me and my partner split up the writing out the dialogues, we just said, I'll take 2, 4, and 6. She took 1, 3, and 5, and we're like, well, that's fine. So I've gotten all mine done, and it turns out, as a collective, the group picked 1, 2, and 5. So of all that work, they only picked 1 of my dialogues. Which, it could have been worse. They could have picked all 3 of my partners. But, so she, emailed them to me early Tuesday. We had some problems because some of the stuff she was writing did not make sense. So, I had to email her and all this stuff. So, we're meeting before the exam, and, we're talking it through, and we're feeling good. I'm still got that, butterflies feeling in my stomach. I still really want to, head for the hills. I woke up that morning, and it was just, I was, tied in a knot. Oh, man. I've never been, that nervous for an exam in, a long time. But it turned out to go really pretty well. On Tuesday, I spent, the whole day studying because I had the oral exam, which I had 3 orals to memorize. I had to fix one of the orals that my partner wrote. And then I also had a personality psych exam, as well as a geology exam. So, needless to say, I had a lot on my plate. I was so stressed. I had my Diet Coke, I had peppermint gum to stimulate my memory, and I had chocolate. And I just barely got through it. So today, oral exam went relatively well. We had some problems, mostly on the side of my partners. But, we got through it. I got back to my dorm, because this was, early in the afternoon. This was, 4 o'clock. And I'm just, laying on my bed. I'm just it's done. I couldn't even look at the materials for today's exams. I was like, you know what, I'll look at it fresh in the morning. I'll actually absorb some things in the morning. I'll do it then. So this morning, I had an exam at 8:30 and then one at 10, back to back. And after that, I was shocked. It took me 2 episodes of NCIS and a whole lot of knitting just to be coherent again. Needless to say, I didn't get anything done. Well, except knitting and that kind of stuff. And I'm seeming very, very boring right now. I seem very, very boring. But that's been my life. I've just been a very, very boring person. The best thing that could have happened today was getting an email last minute saying, ooh, come to the courtyard for an informational session on the new dorms we're putting up. And we've got free ice cream. I'm like, I'm coming. There's free ice cream. I'm coming. I didn't care about the new buildings they were putting up. I could have cared less. But I went for the ice cream. And they had that good Bluebell chocolate ice cream. Oh, so good. It was divine intervention. God was just like, yeah, you've had a tough time. I've really thrown stuff at you. I'll be nice. Here, have some ice cream on me. That's what it felt like. But yeah, so there's that. Coupled with the fact that I have not been sleeping well, at all. Both my co-hosts can attest to the fact that I'm a very, very violent sleeper. I'm a very violent sleeper. But, I've taken pillowcases off pillows. in one night's sleep. I've like totally unmade my bed. I've lost my fitted sheet has come off my bed in one night's sleep. Yeah. And last night, you can tell I was tied up in knots for these 2 exams today because in the middle of the night I woke up about, I think, like 2 or 3 in the morning. All I know is my roommate was asleep, which means it was in the wee hours of the morning. And blankets were like on the floor. And I'm like, okay, so remake, oh, one sec, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Forgot where I was, so I'll just start right back in. Kinda hard. As you've heard with my schedule, I have absolutely like no brain cells left, which I didn't have many to begin with, so it's not a far stretch. But I shall just go right into what I am knitting, and surprisingly, and I don't know why, I am knitting while I'm talking, which is one thing I've never really done, and I'm just started doing it naturally. And cabling too, which is very, very odd. But so I'm just about to start another cable, so I'll stop there. And it seems that, again, this week, cables have won out over lace. My Moonlight Sonata has gotten almost no love this week. And not from a lack of liking the pattern, it just, since I've got so much stuff going on, I just didn't get it done, or didn't get much work on it done. It's far from being done. But here it is, nice and pretty. Every time, like there's a spot right there with all of the increases and like this row of the, in like these rows, this part always looks like the stitch is just about to like start unraveling, like that strand is not there. It always freaks me out. Always. So, that is the Moonlight Sonata shawl, and I'm thinking right now that it is probably going to get a lot of work done in the airport. I mean, lace shawls are like what I do in the airport, and I will be in the airport a lot 2 weeks from now. So I think that's going to be my main project. Talking about main projects, here is Rayalon, the sweater, the cable sweater I'm doing. I think, nope, that's the front. As you can see, some progress has gotten done on the bottom here. This is the shaping bit where the cables will start. It started out with every other rib, and I did that twice, and then I will do 4 ribs, well, actually 3 more, 2 more if you don't count the row I'm doing now, where it's ribbed, cabled every time, and then I'll go back, and then I'll be past this bit, and I'll just go down. Yeah, you can actually see that. But yes, it is coming along nicely. Again, it is my desk knitting, so it just gets picked up and a little bit done on it. And in the evenings when I have nothing to watch, I just put a little Pandora on and I just cable. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but if I were to choose anything at all, I would cable. I loves me my cable. I really do. Cable over lace any day. So, that brings me to my side-ish projects. I had a few of these done, but I did a preemie hat. So cute. I love the colors. I love how stripedy it came out. But I did finally complete my knit-along, which I'll get back to in a second. I got all the tags woven in on my preemie hats. There's 3 of them. And if I could juggle, this would be the point. I'd be like, look, 3 preemie hats. But I can't juggle, so I won't. So that brings my total to like a big whopping 5. I know. Woo! Big whoop. But, so those are going to get put, not in that drawer, get put back in my drawer, because since they're finished, they don't go back in my bag. And that brings me to my socks. I did finally turn the heels under, while I was recovering from my exams today, which took some doing. As I said, I had my episode of NCIS on, and I was tucking in the tags on these. And You can tell I have no brain cells because I immediately start doing socks, which is kind of weird, I realize. But, so they are now done. I will put them up on Ravelry. If I haven't quite put them onto the finished project, the finished items bit, I will. The weird thing is, give me a second here. These were done in the exact same yarn, the exact same dye lot, pulling from the center both times, and the patterns are different. I mean, the colors are a bit weird because these ones have been washed a few times, but the stripes are wider on this one, and it defies all explanation. I mean, it's not like I'm knitting any different. I use the same size needle, and you can see my gauge is the same. I use the same amount of stitches, same needle, same everything, and yet it turned out different. I don't know what happened, but so this was done in, the colorway was Well Heeled, which I don't know what Well Heeled looks like, but I'm hoping that's Well Heeled. I think it is. I mean, it fits fine, so I guess it is. But I can't remember the name of the yarn. It's been so long ago. It just doesn't say much for me after just finishing them up now and having them done a while ago. But I don't remember the name of it. It was by Hobby Lobby brand yarn, and if you go on my project page, you'll probably be able to find the yarn. But I don't remember. I don't know if it's just me or if it is me, but yes. And by the way, before I get back to this, my roommate in the background, I apologize. She ditched Finite again, which I don't know why. I don't really care. I just didn't anticipate it, and so that's why I had to cut in the middle of it, because when she knows I'm here, she doesn't open with her key. She just like knocks on the door and I let her in. So yes. So that was my roommate Victoria. I'll probably get back to what I was talking about before, but I guess the moral of that story was I don't sleep. I haven't been sleeping well. I mean, she had a organic chemistry exam, so the earliest she went to bed this week was like 3 a.m., which means I wake up usually like a few times in the middle of the night, which isn't good, especially with all the stress I was under, because I had like a bunch of stuff to do, and I woke up like 4 or 5 times in the middle of the night. And I remember what I was saying. Last night, like 2, 3 in the morning, I kicked like all my covers off, laying on the floor, and so I remade my bed real quick, went back to bed, woke up when my alarm goes off. I get up, I get out of the shower, I'm just like, wow. All of my bedding was on the floor again. Just like, I was very restless last night. But yes. But the weekend is here. I have no class tomorrow. I have no class on Saturday, which is even nicer. So I shall get to sleep in. Well, not on Friday. I don't sleep on Friday. Unless you consider not getting up at 5:45, but getting up at 6 instead, sleeping in. Which I know Catherine is saying that I'm crazy, but that's me. What's new? So yes. So I have this like compulsive urge to pick this back up again. I mean, I am loving the cables. I mean, again, I love to cable. And so, my knit along. I'm not going to look you guys in the eye because, again, I'm cabling. And if I drop stitches, it won't be pretty. I will lose more hair than I already have. Oh, I swear, I must have shed like a head of hair this week. I mean, it is everywhere. You can tell when I'm stressing when I am half bald. Which, I have thin hair anyways, but yeah. So, mind it alone. I was going to say that I am still in the lead for I lost my train of thought, and that's really, really sad because I wasn't saying anything too difficult. Wasn't trying to like define anti-disestablishmentarianism or anything like that, and yet just went poof. But my knit-along, the Finish Up Your Finishings knit-along, is almost done. You have 4 days left to jump on the bandwagon and get entered into our drawing. Please post a picture of your finished object before, we'll say, the 1st of May. 1st of May, yes. That's the next month coming up, because this month is April, and so next month is May. I've lost it. I really have. Sleep could do me a lot of good right now. Or caffeine. Caffeine would be really good. And I had Diet Coke with dinner, too. I need caffeine. Or sleep. But post on Ravelry in the thread a picture of your finished object, and you'll be entered into the drawing. Right now, it looks like it is between Miss Eliz Stitches and Deb C. Quilts on Ravelry. I would have looked up your real names, but I'm not firing on all cylinders, and I didn't think that far ahead. But love to see the end of love to see your finished objects. I know Miss Deb is doing the Summer Flies shawl, which I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to do like textured shawl for a long time, and that's one of my ones I want to do. But and then Miss Liz Stitches. Again, I don't know your real name. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess it's like Liz or Elizabeth, but I don't want to, like, you know, not get it right. So she's working on a pair of cuff down socks in a really, really pretty blue colorway. Really, really pretty. So get your finishing on, and we will, yes, we'd love to see the finished project. So I have finished my knit-along, so you guys finish yours. Join, since it's a really easy knit-along. You should be great. Be able to finish it up. Yes. I put my hands down. I'm like flailing with a pair of socks. Kind of like my Danger Will Robinson moments. Like, danger, danger, Will Robinson. Yeah. If Knitters wrote the script for Lost in Space, the robot, whatever his name is, forgot, would you know, be like flailing with like socks, or like his newest project, pulling like 2 skeins. Danger! Not the same dialogue, Will Robinson! Danger! Yeah. I've lost it. So that is my knit-along. On to this song at the beginning. I believe it was like at the middle of last week. You know, we had been talking, I think, with my methods professor, and she has a whole bunch of stuff on. I mean, she flies everywhere because, you know, she consults, because she's an industrial organizational psychologist, so she consults with a whole bunch of people. And, you know, she teaches at another college. She lives about like 2 hours away. So, needless to say, she has a very, very busy life. But she had mentioned that, you know, at this point, she was really, really busy. You know, she was just focusing on the daily stuff. You know, what I needed, might have been my personality, I don't remember. But just working on, looking at what we were doing that day. You know, and we were talking about, and I mean, it just really fit for this week. I mean, I wasn't looking ahead to anything. It was just, you know, what do I need to get done today? What do I need to work on? What do I need to finish today? And that's all. I wasn't looking ahead. I wasn't, you know, panicking about the big picture. I wasn't going, well, if I don't get this done, then on Thursday or on Friday, this is all going to, like, a heck in a handbasket. No, it was just, this whole week has just been like, what do I have to get done today? What do I have to do? My to-dos for the day. You know, I'll worry about tomorrow. And this song just really seemed to fit. You know, just make it through today. If the sun will rise tomorrow, I can make it through today. And that's just been like my mantra this whole week. I was It came on this morning on my Windows Media Player, and I was listening. I'm just like, that's me. That's it. You know? It was just like one of those songs where it just like totally like made you feel better, you know? And that's what it was. It was just, you know, make it through today. And that was me. It's been this week. Yes. I still haven't figured out a way to sum this whole like podcast up. And if you have any ideas, go ahead. Throw them at me, because I'm still trying to figure out, you know, how to wrap it up with a nice pretty little bow and, you know, finish it off. So I think with that I shall sign off. I have nothing else to show you. I've shown you all my projects. So sorry. I'm so sorry. So have a great week. Have a great week, all of you. Totally losing it. I should really start signing off now, which I am. I'm a goner. I am such a goner. It's a good thing I don't have class tomorrow, and it's a good thing I don't have an exam until a week from today. Yeah, my French exam is in exactly a week, 8 a.m. But yes, I am going to wrap it up there. So from me on campus here, UH, have a great week. Bye.